Thank you. So, with your experience, and you traveled quite a few times to India, right? And what's the biggest misconception UK firms have about Maharashtra and the fix?
The fix for it, yeah. I actually think one of the biggest misconceptions, and I must say I've shared it myself from time to time, is that doing business in India is going to be too chaotic and difficult.
Okay.
And like all misconceptions, it didn't start from nothing. There is definitely some truth in it.
Yeah.
However, what I would say is the real misconception is to miss the fact that Indians make that work anyway. So it is working. It just may not be working in quite the orderly fashion you would like to claim. So I think that's probably the first thing. I think the second thing, the fix for it, is sadly just probably more examples that are honest about the problems that have arisen and how they can be overcome. Sometimes the government presentations are too lackadaisical. I can give you an example of, I'm very interested in corridor work where people start off with deal flow. And one of the tools I'm sure you're working on is showing investors, here are the state of all the deals. There are a number of areas like that. But I remember one which we were examining, and I won't say who, but one of the Indian states wanted the people to use a piece of advanced road covering to help handle the climate, but refused to take responsibility if it didn't work. Well, do you want to build a 25-year-old road using brand new technology that you've not used, and it's a requirement by the government that you take all that risk? And this just went round in circles, when actually what I think should have been done was people saying, it's just non-negotiable here. You can sell it as much as you like.
Yeah.
You, the Indian government, will have to take responsibility for that road service, and then we can do all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it's just more of those sorts of examples, how they were worked through, how the end result came. And funnily enough, the end result was a combination of both insurance provided by the West on technology, but combined with the Indian government backstopping that guarantee. So, ways through this, but from the outside, it looked like an insurmountable problem. And I'm sure for a year or two, dinner tables around the country were going, don't do roads in India, which is the wrong message.
I see. And thank you very much for being candid on that. I think part of the solution is to first understand and accept the problem, that there is a problem. And in our conversation with the IT minister just a couple of days back, we heard him talk about it and talk about the various policies that are being put in place and the processes that are being put in place to A, circumvent this problem, and B, avoid the problem from existing in the first place, right? So things are changing slowly but surely in India. So thank you very much for that.
Well, I'd agree with that. If these are people problems.
Yeah.
This isn't knocking down a mountain that God built. This is just a people problem. And if people share the vision and really want to work together to achieve the goal, then they can fix it. And I think sharing more of those types of things will help us both.
For sure.